Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Armando, Chronicles of the Average Guy, and this is episode number 2 of the podcast. Today, I will be talking a little bit about customer service. Today's episode is going to be about wrestling. So, buckle up, and we're going to do full year 2024, my review of it, what I thought, and let's get this started. But before we get to AEW, I do want to talk about customer service and what it means to me, um, and what it means to you. I want to get an idea of what you, the listener, uh, what your definition of customer service is. For me, it's always, excuse me, going above and beyond the realm of hospitality and service. So basically, it is doing what's right for the person across from you. And that's pretty much my definition, which is, yeah, I try to go above and beyond, and I try to do what I need to do to help that person on the other end of the spectrum. Sometimes it may not be the case. Case in point, um, I'm currently doing dental billing, which is, I want to say maybe about 5 years total. And I've seen the good and the bad, and then just everywhere in between. But lately, it's been a lot of bad, um, with a mix of good. I will again touch base on that a little bit later. Um, I just want to make sure that whatever I say now doesn't impact uh, where I currently work. You know, and it's not like, oh, I'm gonna bury somebody. Like, no, it's not that. It's just interpretation of certain things. But I will want to talk about that in regards to, let's just say, going above and beyond. I love my job. Don't get me wrong. Uh, People might not see it that way. It might be just the way I come out. I do get excited when I see people. I want to talk to them. Uh, and it's a little bit different over the phone because a little harder to gauge the person because I can't see you face to face. I love dealing with people with eye contact and just being in front of them. Um, because one, you can gauge them if they're really upset or if they're really genuine. So they're either happy or mad, and I love that portion of the customer service. Case in point, nice lady. I'll just say her last name is Pandora. She had an issue with her billing, and I just told her like, "Oh, you know what? Let's fix this. Let me go ahead and resubmit the claim. We have this new system now. I'm getting kind of better with it. So there was a line where mm, it doesn't make it in the electronic billing portion. So I always have to go in there and edit, which is a pain in the ass sometimes because sometimes it'll just send the goddamn claim without it. And this was one of those cases where I had a whole whole day and a half's worth of claims, electronic claims that I needed to send out. And if anything needs an attachment, I gotta hit the little paperclip, uh, little icon to make sure it doesn't go all the way through. But for some reason, sometimes this system, I'm clicking back, clicking, and for whatever reason, it just shoved them all through. So it went through. And when she got her, it's called the explanation of benefits or EOB. She was questioning the bill, rightfully so. And she called me, and I called, picked up, and I told her I'd look into it. And she goes, "No, can you just, you know, uh, I don't understand it. If you were telling me over the phone, I need something visual. Is it possible for you to show me what you're going to do for me?" I said, "Perfect, great. I'd like that too. I don't like you know, over the phone interaction sometimes because when it comes to people's money, it's better if they see it in person. Um, I've done over the phone. I used to work at a call center, and I would help people in a different way. So when she told me that, I felt more relieved. I felt more at ease because that way I can show her instead of just guiding her over the phone. Because sometimes guiding people over the phone, I've noticed in the past that um, what you see or what you envision isn't the same thing that they're envisioning or what they see like in a piece of paper. So when she did that, she came down, we went over the numbers, and I told her, "Hey, um, let me push this on through to your insurance, and if anything gets paid, we can go ahead and adjust the refund." Because I had a check ready for her. It was made out for about it was 200. What was it? The last person in doing refunds, but and it was over a month ago too. Let's see. So it was about I want to say 150, 154, around that area, and we we came to the conclusion that we're gonna wait and just see if her insurance would cover that. And I said okay, and I gave her the option. Hey, if you'd like, you can take this refund. It's yours. Um, and if I owe you any more, not to worry. We'll work something out. I'll have the owner write another check for the difference. Such a sweet lady. She goes, no, just hold on to it. We're just gonna wait until the claim comes back, and we'll see, and we'll go from there. Whether or not my insurance is gonna pay. I'm like, okay, perfect, great, awesome. The problem with claims is that they do take a while for them to respond. But with the electronic claims, it takes about maybe 3, 4 weeks, 6 at the most. Here's hoping. But it did come quick, and you know what? Unfortunately, it was not a covered benefit, and not on the phone. I talked to Miss Pandora, told her, "Hey, you want to come down? We can discuss the electronic, the EOB, the explanation of benefits. Excuse me." So she came down, and you know what? She was like, "No, it's okay. Like, I told her, well, this envelope is for you. Like, do you want me to go over the explanation of benefits for you?" She said, "No, Armando, you are the best. You are the kindest person. This office is amazing. Thank you. You guys are just, out of this world." And gave us high praises. And you know what? I like that. Um, and for me, that's customer service. Going above and beyond for that person makes me feel happy because one, I know I have a bunch of other responsibilities that I have to do, but just to get that reaction and just to get uh, that sense of trust, because at the end of the day, I want the patient or future patients to trust us, and that trust goes a long way. So when that happened, I was happy, made my day, and for me, that's customer service. For me, I like going out of my way, making sure that we do things correctly. Uh, but sometimes doing the right thing does get you in hot water. And I will save that story for another time because I want to hear what your definition of customer service is down at the comments below. And hopefully, I want to pick at least two or three. Uh, I don't know. In high school, we always had to do 10 sentences. Maybe I'll do 10, top 10. We'll see, depending on how the comments go down below. And with that, let's move on to our next segment because I trust wrestling. I trust the company that is called AEW to put on a good show or a great show. Word is awfully often used to express their pay-per-views a lot. I think it's overly exaggerated that they keep calling it a great show, great show, great show. Um, it's one of my guilty pleasures. And tonight they had AEW 2024 Full Gear. And, you know, here's a quick rundown. I don't want to keep you guys up. Don't want to keep you guys up too late. If you're not interested in wrestling, you could always stop right here. That's fine. That's okay. But just make sure you give this video a like, comment down below again. What is your definition of customer service? And I'm going to choose in the top 10. Not sure when, but I will. And we'll save that for another episode. But here it goes, AEW review, my review of AEW Full Gear 2024. We had Private Party versus the House of Black. I believe they're the Outrunners and the Acclaimed. Here's my take on the whole tag team division in AEW. God, man. It really, for me, it's non existent unless you're watching Collision. And you have the Outrunners and House of Black and the Acclaimed. It's got to be, it's got to be presented more on Dynamite on Wednesday nights. Outrunners made a name for themselves, so they had a few spots here and there. So did the House of Black, but I feel they dropped the ball with them big time. I feel like a faction should just hold all the belts at this point in AEW to show their dominance over the roster. Um, and we'll get to that towards the end, like the main event, uh, which is John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. But we're going to save that to the end. So a little bit foreshadowing on what I want to see. But yeah, Private Party retains their AEW Tag Team Championships over these three great teams. I think the Acclaimed, they have lost their momentum. They they're just not the same. Not really sure what they're trying to do with them. Max Caster is the best wrestler in the world. I mean, if you're gonna break him up, just break him up, but don't. They are a good tag team. They're getting the screen time. They need more match. They need more matches. But yeah, that's just me. Outrunners are getting matches in Collision. House of Black too. So I don't know. Maybe just because I don't see too much tag teams. Maybe that's the issue. Again, showcase it. Create some story. Create some tension within these four groups, or maybe more. There's some other tag teams out there that I kind of do want to see. Um, but I don't think they should have opened up the match or the pay-per-view with this match, I should say. And I felt like it should have been the second match, which we're going to talk about now, because, like I said, your AEW tag team champions still Private Party. Kudos to them; they've earned it. They're young, and I think they got a good future ahead of them in AEW. And then let's go to the second match: MJF versus Roderick Strong. It was about to be a three-way with Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and MJF, but we all know he lost. Adam Cole lost to Inosuke Takeshita, so that didn't happen. So we got MJF versus Roderick Strong in a. I thought it was a hard hitting match. It was really good, and the in ring psychology of MJF is so damn good, and they were telling a story of of man. Well, let's just say it was a story of redemption and revenge in regards to this match. because Roderick Strong, is getting attacked by MJF with his promos about his mom shooting his dad, and it should have been him. So there was a lot of personal stakes in this one, and you can actually tell by the way they wrestled. Again, AEW does a really good pay per view. They held nothing back. That's just my opinion. You feel like it was something more? Hey, let me know down in the comments. But this match was really, really hard hitting, and I enjoyed it. But MJF wins, and during the aftermath, grabs a chair, puts Roddy's arm in there, and just stomps it. You had Adam Cole and the Undisputed Kingdom rush down to the ring uh, with Kyle O'Reilly. Uh, you might know them. Back in the day, they were all a faction. They were all friends. So this was a little bit weird. Like the angle at the end, you got Kyle O'Reilly walking off with Roderick Strong, but then Adam Cole doesn't seem to take. My goodness, forgot his name just now. It just escaped me. But one of the Kingdom's hand to get up because it looks like Kyle O'Reilly pushed them down. So that was kind of awkward. But this whole storyline was awkward to begin with. Um, Hopefully, it will end soon. This whole Adam Cole versus MJF thing, I think it's run its course. Uh, Wardlow, not sure if he's injured or something. This isn't dirt sheets. I just like being surprised. I like being a fan. So do something with him down the line. But yeah, your winner, MJF. Nice. He is better than you, and we know it. Better than me, too. So the next match was Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander for the TBS title. And this was a very long match. Um, oof. I like Chris Statlander. She's awesome. I think she's a powerhouse of a wrestler. Um, Underutilized, to say the least, and tragic that she had to lose in a long match versus Mercedes Moné. I just couldn't buy the fact that Mercedes Moné, uh, quote unquote, the boss, for those of you who are listening, um, could lose to that wrestler. Mercedes is short. She gives up a lot of size and weight. Because Chris Statlander is just taller, leaner, stronger. I I don't know. I was at a loss for words because it looked good in the beginning, and then it just seemed that she couldn't get anything together. They made Chris Statlander look weak. That's the problem I have uh, with certain wrestlers in that division. Just make them look like a powerhouse, and if they make a mistake, capitalize on it. But I felt like she was just lost in the match. Maybe I was watching something else. I don't know. Yeah, Mercedes 1A retains the TBS title, women's title, and yeah, I'm not thrilled that that happened. I wanted the title to change hands. Well, anyways, moving forward, it was Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page, and that one was that was something again. Both competitors leaving it in the ring and out. You got Hangman working Jay White's ankle, Jay White working Hangman's left leg. Funny, it was left ankle versus left leg. Good semi back and forth. You had great spots here and there. Uh, but Jay White gets the win. I thought it was another nifty match. If I was organizing this pay-per-view, um, either MJF versus Roderick Strong or Jay White versus Hangman, that should have been the first match. Catapult that pay-per-view up. Yeah. And then man, oof, another good match. Wow. Uh Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay, and he was having fun with this one. Um the proto star, Kyle Fletcher, was hands down totally different from before. I think he brought his A game to this match. Will Ospreay too. He sold the hell out of his injured left shoulder in the match, and Don Callis is just great, great heat, great on the commentary. I mean, whatever this man does is just great, and we should appreciate this guy for what he does for the business. I mean, wow, uh, that's one thing. Like Don Callis family, I hope again hope one of the factions that I really want to see have all the belts of AEW in that faction, so they can reign supreme and make it more noticeable. I love stables. Stables are great, but make a stable the stable to be in, or hard to get into because of Don Callis. See, there you go. Shit writes itself. But that match was a freaking barn burner, man. Close near falls. Love the action, love the pacing of the match, the psychology of Kyle Fletcher trying to not be the copycat or the next Will Ospreay. He's trying to be his own person, be his own wrestler. And, Will Ospreay is just fighting to bring his friend around, or if there's a piece of his friend still left in there. So this match, like, go out of your way to see it. Very, very entertaining. Kyle Fletcher does get the win, which was amazing. And for the Don Callis family, this is awesome. And you know what? It continues, but before that, it was time for Daniel Garcia for the TNT title against title holder Jack Perry. Um, I'm gonna say this: a lot of people dismiss Jack Perry as a main eventer. People really questioned that. I believe it was Wrestle Dream where he fought for the AEW title against Daniel Bryan. I was blown away. You put him with certain wrestlers, and you're gonna get the best out of Jack Perry. So Jack Perry, I expect big things from him. Uh, I do think he's a great worker. Uh, I'm not gonna get into that whole thing. So please, guys, don't cry me a river because I'm not gonna go there. Maybe I did, but no. Um, as him as a wrestler, I think he's not there yet. He's not, uh, but he can be. Um, when you put him in the right situations and in the right situation with certain wrestlers. This one though, with Daniel Garcia, I noticed Daniel Garcia likes to tell stories of the of overcoming adversity, as in overcoming an injury, some emotional pain. Uh, like, okay, you're trying to develop your character, which is fine. I just felt it was the match was a little dry and slow paced, which we kind of needed because you just had Kyle Fletcher defeating Will Ospreay. Fast paced. You couldn't, like, how do you follow that up? But slow paced match. I think again, if Jack Perry is pit against a wrestler with experience, he really does shine, and it shows. This time around, I feel like they both try to give it their all, and they were just again telling that story of overcoming injuries, overcoming the odds. And in the end, Daniel Garcia won the TNT title from Jack Perry. So hopefully Jack Perry moves on to bigger and better things. But we'll see. Hopefully he's in the Continental Classic tournament. Again, we'll see. Uh, but am I disappointed that Daniel Garcia won his first time? No, not really. I think he deserved it. Loyal AEW wrestler. He loves the brand. He, just like he says, he's a wrestler and he loves to wrestle. So AEW were the best wrestle, and hopefully Daniel Garcia can put some more work and more prestige into that title. Um, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Then the one, man, one of my favorite wrestlers, got to see him live. Is well, both of them. Yeah, I got a lot of favorite wrestlers, but Kenosuke Takeshita is he's up there versus Ricochet, and Konosuke Takeshita is the I believe is the international AEW champion. Still, he beat Ricochet. I know a lot of people are expecting Ricochet to be a winner in AEW. I think what they did was right. Not place the belt on him too soon, because I did see a lot of similarities with his high flying wrestling technique, his wrestling style, and it's way too close to Will Ospreay and all those other high flyers. So I think having him lose is the right call. And again, the Don Callis family wins again. Konosuke Takeshita retains the title here. And for what it's worth, the match was really solid. Um, it was not the greatest of matches, but it was really, really solid. Near falls, and again, just AEW putting on another fantastic wrestling show. And I'm glad Takeshita won and retained the title because I want to see him have a long title reign. And again, let's do something with the Callis family, Don Callis family. You got the Murder Hawk Monster and Brian Cage, the Machine, paired up with Lance Archer. I mean, dude, they got this devastating finisher. Put the tag belts on them. I'm just saying, put the tag belts on them. Because then you can cause a little bit of friction, but I really don't want that to happen. You got 4 out of the 3 with titles, and then you leave lonely Kyle Fletcher looking for his. Now, you can put him in the Continental Classic, see how that goes. Possibilities are endless. They would have the majority of the belts under that. They could probably bring in another 5th person or a 6th. But hey, um, wishful thinking. That's fantasy booking. Maybe, maybe not. Do something like that later. I don't know. So the next one was, excuse me, a little gassy. Had a lot of soda. Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland. Man, that one was tough to watch because Bobby Lashley, in my opinion, just destroyed Swerve. Um, both of them got good offense in. At one point, you thought, or I was thinking, Swerve might actually pull this off, but nope. The Almighty is just too mighty and pummeled Swerve, and then got the win with that submission. Then he put it on Prince Nana, so they both fell asleep. They were out. So coming out strong, it was a enjoyable match. Really, really good. Um, I don't know, 5 hours for these pay per views can't take its toll. So trying to remember towards the end of everything. And then here we go, championship match. It's the champion John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. Ouch! This one was somewhat hard to watch. Orange, pretty much the face of AEW, trying to stop the evil regime of the Death Riders. There we go. of John Moxley's faction. Who I want to see also is another group. They got the AEW title. They got the trios championships. Let's do something with Marina Shafir. Get her a title. Get her winning some matches. Um, I would like to see maybe two more members join up and make them stronger. Wheeler Yuta. You got Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Shafir, and then yeah, 5 people. I think they can do a lot of damage if they have all the belts, and it'll just they can reign supreme. Basically, that's what they got to do: reign supreme, and they call all the shots. That's what I want to see. But going to this match, oh shit, it was kind of hard to watch, but it did have its moments where there was a glimmer of hope where Orange Cassidy would win. Um, but unfortunately, with his head split open, Orange going into serious mode. Um, we, I think we've seen the last of Pockets, like Jim Cornette says, or calls Orange Cassidy Pockets. Um, I think we just saw the death of Orange Cassidy's character in that middle of the ring. He was bloody. He was red. He was defiant to the end, and I think rebranding maybe is in order for him. But if not, then hey, it's all good. But I do feel that maybe Orange Cassidy could use a new direction in his character. And man, that, like I said, it was kind of hard to watch. Outside interference. You had Pac and Claudio try to do something, but then you had the conglomeration come out, and then at the end of the match, that was kind of crazy with the Hangman Adam Page staring down John Moxley after he pinned Orange, and you just see them in the middle of the ring, and this is why I think it was like the death of Orange Cassidy because he nowhere to be seen. He was out. He was not even in the picture. But going back to the in ring with Moxley and Hanger, um, Christian Cage comes out, and I got excited. I was hoping we can see a new champion and our true father, Christian Cage. That's a little reference to his character there in AEW. I I marked out a little bit, but then Jay White comes in and ruins everything. And then you see them all leave, and Jay White, for some reason or another, has a chair with him and goes to the back. You see Mox being escorted out as well with Shafir, and they're trying to get to their truck, trying to leave, and then you see somebody just go head on with their car into Moxley's truck. Could have been a rental, I don't know. And conveniently, there's like a VIP parking right there, and they literally, I think this guy like folded in half. Hopefully, he's okay. The valet guy, like overseeing the keys, just gets pushed by Claudio. And you ever see The Simpsons where Homer just snaps his back on the fire hydrant? Well, that's what happened. I just see this guy just fold in half, and I just see his legs, torso, and everything is like gone. I don't see anything, and I'm just hoping he's okay. He might be an extra, or he might be a indie wrestler trying to get some extra bucks. But Jesus Christ, ouch, that hurt. So they get into a valet car and then they just head out, and then uh, you see the wreckage, and Darby Allen pops out, Darby, 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 just yelling, and yeah, okay. So, oh, you know what? And I did miss something. Wow. Uh, Willow Nightingale got involved as well, and she attacked Marina Shafir. So a lot of possibilities, a lot of potential storylines, you could say, are about to unfold in front of our eyes before World's End. I think in World's End, I'm hoping um, this will be the end of that stupid contract, because like I was so upset that he didn't cash it in. Um, Kind of like a like in the other company, kind of like a Money in the Bank, a guaranteed shot at the title. Hopefully, at World's End, we see something where it expires, or just something out of this world. No pun intended, because it's World's End. But we'll see. Continental Classic tournament starting up. I like those type of things. It reminds me of the G1, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Huge fan. Can't wait for. I think it's Wrestle Dynasty. I think they're changing up the name from Wrestle Kingdom. 2-night event. So, with that in mind, I am gonna conclude this episode with that bit of information. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, hope to see you guys Wednesday. And again, happy Thanksgiving before we go. And I let you guys go out and eat some turkey. Enjoy it with your loved ones. Please, please be safe out there. And as always, do good, be good, do no harm to others. And I will catch you next Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Give this video a like and a share. And again, please comment down below on your definition of customer service. Goodbye.